The top 10 reasons why you should get a sales job. Depending where you are in your life or your career, this could be a fantastic transition for so many reasons, but in this video, I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons. Now, I've been in the sales profession and sales training industry for 18 years, and I happened to find it by accident, but I'm so glad I did. And I can tell you, it's actually one of the best jobs ever, if not the best job ever. And I'm going to give you 10 reasons why. Now, I think number 10 is super important, but maybe not the most important. And let me know what you think in the comments below. So let's get into it. The first reason why you should get a sales job is because you decide your income level. There is no other role that I know of where you could get started and say, I want to make this much money this month. Unless you're a business owner, but technically if you're an entrepreneur, then it's still a sales position on many different levels. So being able to decide how much money you want to make, how refreshing is that? The second reason why you should get a sales job is because you can actually earn more money than somebody that has been doing it longer than you. And in no other profession that I know of, if you know, let me know in the comments below, can you necessarily jump into something where, let's say somebody else is doing the same exact role, they've been there for 5 years, 10 years, they're producing, and then all of a sudden you can jump in, produce more than them, and generate higher salary, higher commission. You can take home more money than them. It has absolutely nothing to do with how long that person has been there. Now, I know in some industries, it really depends. You might be able to earn a higher salary. It's not necessarily based on your tenure, more on your skills. But I'm talking for the general population. And if you look at just the general workforce and how things run, a lot of salaries are based on experience in that particular company as well. But with sales, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is produce more and you will make more money. The third reason why you should get a sales job is because you can actually make big money fast. Now, this depends on what industry you're working in. You would have to be in an industry where there's high ticket closing, there's high ticket offers, something like real estate, or anything where you're selling something that is of high ticket value. And not only that, but you have to really work very, very hard. It's really not about luck. And in the beginning, it doesn't even need to necessarily be about skill. You can actually just be the hardest worker. In fact, I have a video about how sales women sometimes overachieve more than sales men because they simply put in more work, not necessarily because they're better skill-wise. They just have a tendency to do more, speak to more clients, go to more meetings, have more leads, and eventually close more sales because of that. So if you want to watch that video, it's right here, and I'll link it in the description below. But if you want to make big money fast, it is possible in the sales industry, and it's not easy, but it's possible. The fourth reason, freedom. Again, there's almost no other profession that I know of, unless you're an entrepreneur and you've built a service company and you've built it where it's functioning on its own, that you can actually disappear and the company will still run or your money will still flow in. But in sales, depending on where you work, the industry that you work in, how you've built your client base and how you've built either your renewals or your revenue flow, at a certain point, you can actually be completely free. You can travel, you can do a lot of things in the sales industry. And depending on what you're selling, you might not even physically need to be in any particular location. You can do remote sales. There's a lot of positions available now for remote sales. It literally doesn't matter where you are in the world, you are closing deals on the phone all the time. So if you'd like to travel and make money, this is a great option for you. Number 5, job security. Now, in what other position do you have job security unless you're one of the 3 people in the world that know how to do some special kind of brain surgery or have some extremely highly skilled profession. Sales in general is not a profession that is going to become obsolete. Even with everything that's becoming automated, it doesn't matter, because at some stage in the sales cycle for certain industries, before a customer or a client makes a purchase, at some point they will want to talk to another human being. Now, of course, this doesn't apply to all companies. Some of them will become fully automated, but there will be a lot of purchasing decisions that still require that human-to-human interaction. So it doesn't mean that your job is not going to be obsolete in your company. I'm talking about the sales profession in general. If you can become a top producing salesperson, then you can always count on being in demand by a lot of different companies. The 6th reason why you should get a sales job. When you start improving your sales skills, which again, in the beginning, you don't even need to do, you just need to work really, really hard. But once you start getting into that phase where you say, okay, I want to improve and I want to produce more in less time, then you get to learn all types of really fascinating subjects like psychology, NLP, body language, and this does a few things for you. The first thing it does is it increases your confidence level. And doesn't everybody want to be more confident in life in general? So you're going to be learning all of these techniques and aspects about human interaction and human behavior, where your confidence is naturally going to increase because you're just going to have a better understanding of why people do what they do. And you can apply these techniques to other parts of your life, really every part of your life, your interactions with your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, your kids, your friends, your family. These concepts that you're going to learn specifically for sales really apply in all parts of your life. And I actually have a video about how sales in general is intertwined in all parts of life. And if you want to check that out, that's right here. The 7th reason why you should get a job in sales is because it's exciting. There is no other job that I know of where you can wake up in the morning and what happens in that day in your work completely makes your year. In sales, you can have one deal that gives you such high commissions. That's it, that's your whole year, done. And it happens. Does it happen all the time in every company? Does it happen to every salesperson? No. But does it happen? Absolutely. Does it happen to people that work harder and smarter and brush up their skills and are sharpening their sword constantly? Yeah. Is that a coincidence? No. So sales is super exciting. And even if you work in small ticket items, you can have a client that asks for a bulk order. That happens a lot. And then all of a sudden you made more commission this month than you did in the past 4 months combined. These things are very, very possible in sales. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's very exciting, knowing that today can make my whole month or year. Reason number 8, if you are thinking or if you may consider becoming an entrepreneur in the future, sales is the number 1 skill that entrepreneurs are usually lacking. And that's the number 1 skill that they need. Because being an entrepreneur, you need to be able to persuade people to work with you, to work for you, to pay you, to sign up with you, to sign contracts, to do all types of things. And under the sales umbrella, there's so many different subtopics that is required as an entrepreneur. Reason number 9, why you should get a job in sales. It will help you manage your emotions. And here's why. Because in the sales profession, you're gonna have really good days. You're gonna have amazing days. You're gonna have really bad days. You're gonna have horrible days. And this is absolutely going to teach you to stay balanced. In fact, this is actually the reason why a lot of people don't last in sales, because it's really not easy dealing with oh my God, I have no sales today. I have no sales this week. And then the next week is unbelievably high, where you might think that, oh, this is the way it's going to be. I'm always going to get this many sales. And then the following week you have really low sales. That's how sales works. It's peaks and valleys. But the best salespeople, they already understand that they have to stay completely balanced emotionally. And it's absolutely not easy to do, because when you're up here, you get really excited and you have that adrenaline is going, but then the next day you can be totally down here, and that's when you might feel down and you feel like, I don't know about my service or my company. I don't know if this is gonna work. It's normal, that's human behavior. But again, the top salespeople, they understand that when they're down, it's gonna go back up. And when they're up, there's gonna be a downtime. And they understand that. So it really, really helps you to manage your emotions in business. But of course, if you're able to do that, you're able to manage your emotions on a broader scale in all aspects of your life, which is very powerful. And the 10th reason why you should get a job in sales is because you will meet fascinating people. And here's why. When you become really, really good at sales and you get to mingle with top salespeople. Now, I'm not talking about if there's 10 salespeople in your company, you hang out with, the bottom half of them or the bottom 70%. I'm talking about the top producers in any company, because what you're going to notice is their attitude towards life is very different. You can ask them, how are you? And they will say something like, I'm fantastic. I could not be better. I love my life. Like, that's amazing. You love okay, I want to love my life. What are you doing to love your life? Do you know somebody where you ask them, how are you? And they give you this kind of answer? Yeah, I'm all right. Or, same old. And you're like, oh, like, what is it, my job to pick you up? Like, could you please just be any kind of like happy or positive? I mean, you just drain the energy right out of you. That is not a person that you will ever see at the top of a sales leaderboard. That is not a person that will ever produce the highest sales for a company. That is not a rainmaker answer, because that type of energy and dragging nature actually repels people, most people. It will attract a certain personality. It will attract somebody that is also whatever, kind of depressed, not really motivated in life in general. It attracts that personality. But being in the sales profession, you get to mingle with that top 3-5% of top producers, and their outlook on life will absolutely change you for the better. It will make you want to be better. It will make you want to be like them. Who doesn't want to be around somebody that says, I love my life? When you ask them, how are you? What a great answer. Can you tell me everything about your life, please? So those are the top 10 reasons why you should get a sales job. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share this with somebody else in sales, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Bye.